morning, children. In today's class, we are going to discuss a activity. That is a ball which is moving in non-uniform motion. I hope you remember that non-uniform motion is that equal distances, the motion which covers the motion of the body, in which it covers unequal displacements or unequal distances in equal intervals of time, or else one more definition is there, equal distances in unequal intervals of time. Okay, so that is that represents non-uniform motion. Today we are going to discuss about non-uniform motion with the help of an activity. In this, we are observing motion of ball on inclined plane. What is inclined plane? Why we selected this inclined plane only? Why not plane surface? Okay, first inclined plane. Observe this one, this triangular wooden box. This is a base for this triangular wooden box, and this is a height, and this is inclined surface. Why we are calling it as inclined surface? Because it has an angle of inclination here. Some angle is there, theta. Angle always represents with the letter theta, some angle of inclination that you can watch here, angle of inclination. Now on this inclined surface, this is inclined surface. On this inclined surface, if I kept a ball on the top of this wooden triangular box, it will roll down towards the ground. This will happen without any application of force, without any application of external force. Okay, I will explain one more thing. If you are not applying any external force, what is the need of rolling down to that ball? What is the need to rolling down to that ball? ఎందుకు అది కిందకి రావాలి? ఎటువంటి ఎక్స్టర్నల్ ఫోర్స్ అప్లై చేయకపోతే ఎందుకు రావాలి? Why this question raised? Because we know that from Newton's law, unless until an external force acting on the body doesn't change its position, rest or motion. This is by Newton. But here I am telling that without any application of force, this ball is rolling down. How is it possible? It is possible. This ball is influenced by gravitational force, which pulls the body towards the ground on this inclined surface. Why this ball coming down? Because of pulling of gravitational force towards the ground. That is why this ball is coming down. The same thing you can observe on slider. In your childhood, in park, you may played on the slider and you are sitting at the top of the slider and you are relieving your hands to get a motion. Once you got a motion, when you are at the top, you may not feel fear. But when you are coming down, here you may got very much high speed, then you may feel a little bit of fear that you may get some damage like that. How you are increasing the velocity while coming from top to the bottom? How you are increasing your velocity while coming from top to bottom? Because of gravitational pull towards the ground. What is the reason? Because of gravitational pull towards the ground. That's why you are feeling somewhat a little bit of great velocity while reaches to the ground. Come on to this point. How we are going to prove this? Here? Motion of a ball on inclined surface. Is it uniform or non-uniform? First point. Is it uniform or non-uniform? Let's study with our memory. What is our memory? Uniform motion and non-uniform motion. Uniform motion. If a body covers equal distances in equal intervals of time, then we can say the motion is uniform motion. Sure, we don't have that type of motion here. Observe this. Here, the distance between these two is very little when compared with this and when compared with this. What is the distance between these two? In 1 second, very little bit. Observe here, in 1 second, in the span of 1 second, the body covers a small distance. Observe in second case, this is the second case. In the span of same 1 second, it covers somewhat great distance. And in the span of only 1 second, again 1 second, the time interval here is 1 second, here 1 second, here 1 second. But here the gap between two positions is very large when compared with the previous case. So you can say like this, this body covers unequal distances in equal intervals of time. So the motion of the body is non-uniform motion. So we are observing that on the inclined surface, if any ball rolls down, the motion is non-uniform motion. What is the meaning of this? Meaning is, this body when it is rolling down cannot have constant velocity. What is non-uniform? This body is not having constant velocity in its whole journey while coming from top of this inclined surface to the bottom. It covers unequal distances in equal intervals of time because of having different velocity at different points. Okay, so we observed that point, and we observed one more point. When this body pushed up, when I strike it like this, then definitely it will move to the top of the inclined surface. Then what is your observation? Observe that when it is moving upwards in direction, upward direction, what happened? Here the velocity may be great. And these positions will change. These positions will change. So this is the ball. Here you are pushing that. T is equal to 0 seconds. When you are pushing, it will move large distance. Because initially it may have a great velocity. Later the velocity decreases, so it covers a little distance. A little distance. After t is equal to 2 seconds and at 3 is equal to 3 seconds, it may cover some more little bit seconds, some more little bit distance. This is how when you are pushing the ball and leaving the ball. Leaving ante వదిలివేయటం, pushing ante ముందుకిలా నెట్టడం. So when you are doing these two activities, in first case you are observing increase in velocity. Here velocity is increasing, but there is no change in direction. When velocity increases, this ball coming down in the constant direction, in the same direction, this ball moving towards ground in the same direction. When the velocity increases, this body, when it is coming from top to the bottom in this path, when it is coming towards the ground, its velocity increases. Velocity initially may be little and then it increases. When it reaches to the ground, it will have great velocity. Is there any change in direction of the object? No, it cannot move towards left or right. It will come in a straight path on the inclined surface. So here you need to observe this point also. Even the velocity is changing, there is no change in direction of the object. So direction is constant, velocity is not constant. On the inclined surface, a ball is rolling down. We got one more observation where the direction of velocity is constant and velocity changes. Even the velocity changes, the direction will be constant. And this is what we observed. From our activity. Okay, uniform motion, non-uniform motion, and what is inclined plane? What happened on the inclined plane when ball is kept? Why it is rolling down? Because of gravity. Is it maintaining constant direction? Yes, it maintains constant direction. When it is coming down, its velocity increases and the motion is a non-uniform motion where you are observing increasing velocities while coming down. And when you are pushing the ball from bottom to the top of the inclined plane, it will move. Sure, it will move, but it covers a great distance initially. In previous case, in first case when it is coming down, it covers little distances. In second case, it covers great distances, large distances, and thereafter little distances, because its velocity decreases when you are pushing from bottom to the top. In both the cases you have the velocity direction is constant, whereas the magnitude of velocity changes. Okay, this is what about our observation on the inclined surface. And so far kids, we discussed about velocity, distance and displacement, velocity, speed, what is uniform motion, what is non-uniform motion, what is instantaneous velocity. These things we discussed. And here we got an activity. In that activity we got everything explained here. We have more and more explanation here. In next class I will revise all these things once again, and I will include graphs also. We need to understand graphs, uniform motion graph, non-uniform motion graph. It is better to buy books. It's time to get books from the school. Please pick the books from the school, and today you are going to write an activity. And so far kids, in last week I explained 3 topics to you, but few members only sent your classworks. What about other people? You all need to send, and I need to ping you. Is there any need, or you will send? Please surely send. I will ask you the notes. Surely I will ask. One day I will ask. From everyone I will collect the notes. It is better to write daily work. And we have started our lessons regularly, and you may have 6 periods per day sometimes you may have 6 periods, sometimes you may have 4 periods, and daily in the week, in daily you will have at least 5 periods for each class, at least 5 periods for each class, for each subject, unless we can't cover our syllabus. Okay, so it will take a little bit time to get Erudex. For 10th class we provided, for 9th and all other classes from 6th to 9th we need to provide our Erudex app. Very soon I will get that. Once I got, I will ask you to open your Erudex. Okay, please get the books from school, you have that. చదవాల్సి ఉంటుంది, రీడింగ్ చేయాల్సి ఉంటుంది ఈ వారంలో. మరి వర్క్ బుక్స్ ఖచ్చితంగా తీసుకోండి. టెక్స్ట్ బుక్స్ కొంచెం లేట్గా వస్తాయని ఆల్రెడీ చెప్పాను. వర్క్ బుక్స్ తీసుకోండి, తీసుకొని వాటిని ఫాలో అవ్వండి. ఆల్రెడీ స్టార్ట్ చేసిన తర్వాత బుక్స్ లేవని చెప్పకుండా ఖచ్చితంగా స్కూల్కి వచ్చి బుక్స్ పిక్ చేసుకోండి. స్కూల్ ఈవినింగ్ దాకా ఉంటుంది, మార్నింగ్ 9 to 12:30 ఉంటుంది, మళ్ళీ వెంటనే 1 o'clock ఉంటుంది, లంచ్ బ్రేక్ ఒక హాఫ్ అన్ అవరే, 1 o'clock to 5:30 వరకు ఉంటారు. సో ఇట్ ఈస్ బెటర్ టు కమ్ టు స్కూల్ in the times. And one more thing, when you want to call teachers, please call before 4:30. Later they will have works. Okay, if I am switched off, I am in switched off position, that please don't mind, I may do the class. నేను ఆ టైంలో క్లాస్ చేసుకుంటూ ఉండొచ్చు, then I will on once again. Okay, if you am not I am unable to open, I am unable to lift your call, please send me message. I will reply it very quickly than previous year. Okay, thank you, bye.